Good morning, everybody. I know many of you may not be up yet, but I wanted to come and share with you guys an experience I had last night. So, yesterday was a pretty busy day for me. Um, it didn't start off busy, so I already knew I had a 9 o'clock and a 10 o'clock appointment. And I know you like a 9 and a 10. Yes, they were close in proximity, so it wasn't hard to do. I took care of one signing at 9, and then I was done with them by 9:30, and then I went on to my next appointment and got there about 9:50 something. Finished them by 10:30, and then I was off. And then I had to do scans for both, so I stopped off at the gas station to do that. And then one of the signings, the 9 o'clock one, I was to drop that one off at the title company, so I dropped it off. I'm also getting my hair ready for my 6 week retighten that I have today. So you guys be watching me do that while I'm talking. Anyway, so I went there and dropped the documents off at the title company. I sat down and had some lunch at a cafe that was a couple doors down from them. And then I gave my real estate broker friend a text, let her know I was in the area and I wanted to stop by her office just to say hi. She didn't respond, so I was like, well, I'm just going to pop up there. So I went up to the real estate office, and she wasn't there, nor was her partner. So I was about to leave, and then there was a young guy there who I met when I went to their open house. I went to their open house. It was like a networking event, and they were opening up their office. So I sat, I registered to go and sat and met them like that. That's how we became close. So I sat and talked with him for a little bit, and then I got a notification for a signing that needed to take place between 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock. So I accepted it. I got assigned it, and I chit chatted with him for a little longer, and then I was on my way. So I got to his house for my 2 o'clock. I got to his house at 3. I mean, because it said between 2 and 3. I had called him prior and asked him if 3 o'clock was still a good time. He said yes. And so I said, all right, cool. I'll be there. And when I get there, I'm going to have to print out your documents. So I got to his home. And while in the driveway, I printed out his documents from my trunk because you guys know I have a printer set up in my trunk. So I did that, printed out 2 sets of documents for him. It wasn't a whole lot of documents. Luckily, it was just a seller package. So I think it was maybe 20 pages or something like that. So printed that out. He had a witness there already. So I used the witness and we signed the documents and I scanned them back at the table and then I was on my way. So at this point, I'm tired. I'm tired because I got up so early and I did a lot of driving just in that early period. So my intention was to come home and take a nap. So I come home, I tally up all my stamps that I completed thus far for the day, did my mileage, did my invoices for the 3 signings that I had completed, and then I went to my couch to lay down. While I'm laying down, I get a notification for a signing. Now, I looked at the signing for a little bit and I'm like, it said TBD. No, it said ASAP, which means it needed to be done right away. So I'm tired. I really don't feel like it. But it was for $100, and I'm like, should you turn down $100? Because you're tired. Just go and make the money, and then come back home. And so I'm like, all right, fine. So I accepted it, and at first I thought I didn't get assigned it. Hi, Reggie. So I was like, okay, well, whatever. I'm not gonna think nothing more of it. So I'm sitting there scrolling on my phone. Then it got assigned to me. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I gave them a call. I called their real estate agent because she was the point of contact. So I spoke with her and I asked her when would be a good time for me to come and, get the document signed. And she was like, anytime, because we've been waiting here at the house since 11 o'clock and we didn't know what was going on. So whenever you can come, please come. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm looking on the portal and I'm like, oh, well, they don't have documents released. I was like, if you could give them a call, let them know that they set up the signing, but the documents haven't been released to me yet. And so she was like, I'm going to text them right now. So she texted them, asked them to release the documents. The documents were released. And so I told her before we hung up, as soon as the documents are released, I'm going to give you a call so that you know that I got the documents. I'm going to print them and then you will know my ETA. And she's like, okay, thank you so much. Get down. Thank you so much. And so after I did get the documents, I text her, hey, I got the documents. I'm going to go ahead and print them right now. When I tell y'all, it was so many different, it was like 6 files that they added to the portal. And that's not out of the ordinary. I'm like, okay. So I'm opening up the files and it's a lot. It's a lot of documents. I ended up printing over 300 pages and I had to do that twice. So I was not happy about that, but it comes to the territory. Luckily, when I was down to 2 reams of paper, I bought a new box of 10 reams of paper. So I already had the paper. So that wasn't an issue. I did half my head. I gotta do this half. So anyway, print the documents out twice. And I go through the documents because I do like to do that before. Went through the documents and I noticed that it was too many documents for them to sign, so I didn't have enough tabs to tab them. But what I did was I tabbed the notary pages because I have some notary tabs here that I hadn't used in a while. I just so happen to have some. So I tabbed all the pages that I need to notarize. I'm like, so at least I know how many pages needs to be in my journal. So I did that. And then I got ready to go. I left out the house and I'm texting her, hey, I'm on my way. My ETA is whatever. And then I get halfway down my street and I realize I left my notary bag at home. I'm like, oh crap. So I had to go back, get my bag. Now it's saying my ETA is 7 minutes later than what I had texted her. So I text her, let her know, hey, I had to go back home and get my notary bag. So now this is my new ETA. And so she's like, okay, that's fine. And so I get there and everybody is tired. Everybody is exhausted. They've been there since 11 o'clock waiting for the title company to let them know what's going on. And they haven't heard nothing. So I come in and I'm like, well, y'all not going to like this. We got a lot of paper to sign. So I pull out the documents and they're like, what is that? A pack of paper? I'm like, this is literally a pack and a half almost. So um, they clear off a space because they're moving out of the house. So there is no furniture that we have to work on the countertop in the kitchen. So I get the documents out. I get everybody's IDs, get my journal out. I do the IDs first, always. And then I get out my blue pens and we get to it. So we start signing the documents. And there were a nice bunch of people. The real estate person was very nice and she was my witness. And then the young lady, and her, they were super nice. So we start signing the documents, and it's a lot of documents. I'm there for at least an hour and a half going through the documents. trying to keep everything in order. We're chit chatting throughout to try to, make light of the fact that we're all exhausted, but we got to get this done. Okay. We went, I explained to them that we're going to go over all the documents that have numbers and any documents that just have disclosures, agreements, privacy policies, we're just going to sign and go. They were like, we cool with that? I'm like, all right, cool. So when we get to the documents that have the numbers and the dates and the interest rates, that being the closing disclosure settlement statement, we had the mortgage, we had the first payment letter, we had the escrow disclosure account document. We briefly went over those. And then everything else was just, like I said, agreements, privacy policies, disclosures. We had an AKA statement in there. That's not something that you really need to explain. So we went through that, and I swear, it felt like we were not getting through those damn documents. I'm like, every time we looked at the pile, we're looking like, man, like, are we even making a difference? And we're kind of chuckling about it. Like I said, we're all tired, but we all know the task at hand, so we're just trying to get through it. The real estate person, she came, and I asked her if she can go through the documents, because we were looking for the warranty deed, and I knew I had seen it, but the signers was like, we don't remember seeing it. I was like, I did see it in there. So the real estate agent was like, okay, I'll go through and look for it. So she went through the documents to look for it. She ended up finding it. And I was like, it doesn't matter too much because I have to go back through these documents before I leave. I was like, it's a lot of documents. I got to go back through them to make sure that nothing was missed. And they were like, okay. So we finally got done signing all those documents. And we're all happy. So I go back through the pack. There were two documents that we forgot to sign. So I was like, all right, we're going to sign these, guys. And they're like, they were like, I thought we did everything. I'm like, well, that's why I have to go back through the documents because if I don't, I'll leave and then I got to come all the way back over here. And it is too late for me to be coming back over there. Like, right. So we get those documents signed and filled out, whatever. And then I go through my journal to make sure that each document I notarized was there, had them sign my journal. And then I'm like, all right, guys, we're done. So everybody happy. We laughing and and so I was like, so during the time we were signing, they were like, man, you just don't understand how grateful we are for you coming. And I told them, I was like, I almost didn't take the signing because I was so tired from being out earlier. And I just was like, well, I'm gonna go ahead and take it because it just doesn't make sense for me to be laying here knowing I don't have nothing to do. And I got this signing coming up, right? And she was like, we're so happy that you took it because we've been here all day. We were supposed to close yesterday, and then we didn't hear nothing today, and we're just right waiting, and they're not telling us nothing. And then finally, you call and tell us that you are scheduled to come, and they're like, you just don't understand how grateful we are for you. You really helped us to do something that we've been trying to do for 8 to 9 months. I think she told me, and I was like, oh my God, why it take so long? She was, just telling me why it took so long. And then she started telling me her story. And she was like, I'm the first generation in my family to purchase and own my own home. Nobody else in my family has done this. So you just don't understand how much it really meant to us for you to come here today. And she was like, we're going to leave you such a good review. And so I forgot, I have these QR codes on the back of my phone. And I was like, well, you know what? I have these QR codes on the back of my phone. And if you guys want to leave a review, you can do that while I'm going through these documents and getting them back, rubber band up and getting all my stuff and putting back in the bag. So they went on, they scanned all my QR codes and they all went on and left me a review. I was so excited and happy, because it's so hard to get reviews. Oh man, I'm busting rubber band. But they did it for me. And I just wanted to share that story with you guys because, we always, when we think about notary in our business, all we thinking about is just making some money. But you really don't understand that you are the last piece of the puzzle in these notary, I mean, in a lot of these transactions that we do. And people literally cannot get these transactions fulfilled without us. Like we're the missing piece. We're that integral piece of the puzzle. And we don't realize that we make a difference in people's lives. And sometimes it's not always a happy moment. You know, I've been to closings where it was a divorce, you know, and the people are very, very, sensitive. It's a sensitive situation. And, I've had a couple almost fight at the table. They were exchanging some really powerful words with each other and it was about to go down. But last night really touched me because the lady, she was just like, I wish my dad could have been here to share this moment with me, but he's passed on. And, you just really, really made such a difference in my life today. And I just want to tell you how much I appreciate you. And she was about to cry. And I was just like, oh my God. Like, it's moments like that that make me realize how important my role is as a notary and how much change I'm making in people's lives. And I think that if more of us realize that we wouldn't be so, just about the money. I'm in this business to make money. Okay, but you got to realize the business you're in. The business you're in it to, hopefully, you are also in it because you know that you're going to be changing people's lives. So I wanted to share that story with you guys. Thanks for talking to me while I get my hair ready. I have to do this to my hair so I can get it wash it and get ready for my appointment to get my locks retightened. If you could see my roots, very fuzzy. When I get my hair retightened, you can see my scalp because every part is very nice and clean. But anyway, um, that was all I wanted to share with you guys this morning. You guys enjoy your Saturday. I'll be doing some things while I'm getting my hair done, trying to get the customer service and the notary essentials courses recorded so I can put them on YouTube, and trying to finish reading for my insurance licensure exam. So I will talk to you guys again on Monday. I'm not going to be doing the book review today because I'm going to be too busy doing other stuff. So maybe we can try to get together next weekend and do that. But other than that, enjoy your weekend. Bye.